So what's better than depreciation? What's better than that is taking as much depreciation as we can, right? And we can look at doing that through cost segregation analysis or cost segregation studies. So what that means is that we're just trying to find ways that we can, instead of writing off a residential property over 27 and a half years, we're taking some of that property and writing off over 5 years and 7 years and 15 years. And then the rest of it's still over 27 and a half. You're still getting the same amount of depreciation, but we're trying to front load it now, right? So you get more deductions up front, save more money now, and then take those savings and reinvest it and buy more cash flow properties. And cost segregation, one of the myths with cost segregation is that you got to do it in the year that you buy a property, and that's totally not true. We had a client a couple years ago that came to us for the first time, and his previous accountant said, well, no, you've owned this commercial property. It was a cash cow. He'd owned this thing for 10 years, and his CPA had said, no, you can't take any extra depreciation, do cost segregation because you've owned it for so long. He said, well, that's not actually correct. So we worked with him to do a cost segregation study, and I think he had like $200,000 of income that he was going to pay taxes on, and that basically wiped it out, and he saved about $60,000 in taxes. So you can do it if you just bought the property last week. You can do it if you bought the property 5 years ago. But just the point is, work with your advisor, find out if this is something that makes sense in your situation. The other cool thing about this is that you don't have to do this before year end. You have to do this up until the point you file your tax return. So that can be April, that could be, if you extend your return, that could be as late as October. So you have time, but the idea is to figure out, am I taking the most depreciation I'm entitled to do, and can I benefit from more if I'm not, right?